Hey everyone, today we're talking about Escrow Protocol, a decentralized trust fund that combines traditional crowdfunding with blockchain technology. But before we do that, make sure to do your own research and figure out if this project is for you. So we're going to talk all about this project, everything involved, lots of stuff to cover, and then of course we're going to talk about what's coming up soon on the roadmap, some of the latest updates on the socials, and of course how you guys can be involved if you guys choose to do so. So let's talk about Escrow Protocol. Here on the website at escrowprotocol.app, and we're going to go through everything on this website today. Lots of stuff to cover, but it's up to you guys to do your own research after you watch this video to check these things out yourself. So startup funding with milestone-based funding, release and yield farm allocation of escrow held funds, more trust, minimalized risk, accountability for projects to deliver on fundraising promises. So we'll check these out. They have an investor deck, which is pretty cool, kind of covers everything. I do appreciate when they when projects out there do that. So we'll check that out, and we'll check out their white paper, etc. So project funding platform with investor controlled payout. So it's a blockchain-based Web3 Oracle platform where investors can fund startups with extended control of their financial contributions. Funding is released based on the project's success completion of milestones. We secure investors' funds through the time-honored practice of putting funds into escrow, then releasing payouts for predetermined project developments. The funds are held in escrow, waiting for payout. We allocate investment funds to stable yield farming protocols. So they're a project funding platform with investor controlled payout. So essentially the funds are held in escrow. They allocate them to yield farming protocols and pay 80% to investors. The funding is released based on the project's successful completion of milestones, which is really good. Like I said, if you guys are familiar with escrow, maybe you've heard the term when potentially buying a house or using a platform, something like Kickstarter. This kind of reminds me of. I think it's a good way to keep both parties safe so that you know the funds are there potentially coming, and obviously protect investors. So I think it's a good idea. So what is Escrow Protocol? They have a video which I think is pretty cool. I'm not going to play this for you guys the whole thing, but definitely check it out. They kind of do a quick overview on all the project. I think it's great when projects come out with education materials like this. But I think their main kind of summary is we ensure startup companies have the necessary funding for project completions while limiting the risk of a total investment failure. So if we talk about something like Kickstarter, for example, where there's a lot of times when people invest money into a project and then that project never comes to light a year, 2 years later, the investors lose out on their money, and who knows what happened to it. It's definitely happened a ton of times with me investing in a cool project or idea and then me never getting anything. So I do think the idea of protecting investments is really important. So and I think blockchain is like the perfect thing for this to keep everyone honest, and obviously it's transparent, but obviously the smart contracts come into play here as well. So through blockchain interface, guaranteeing transparency without its financial security, managing DeFi funds through providing smart contracts with to be respected agreements for the investment process at multiple levels. Escrow held funds allocated to yield farming protocols, which we talked about. There's no need for any startup to receive 100% of the raised funds in the early stage of the project development. Instead, our protocol will allocate the escrow held investment funds for stablecoin yielding farming protocols to generate a constant application of funds as they wait their maturity date, 12 to 25% APY. I think that's an interesting idea. The fact that they don't need 100% of the funds, I totally agree. Like for example, and I'm just making up an example, if they were to get $1 million, do they really need that $1 million all at once? No, it's better if they use portion of their funds obviously for their project, but a portion of their funds for other things. And I think it's a clever idea, and I think it makes a ton of sense. So if you guys want to learn more about that, you can. There's also, we could talk about the token use case. Escrow will be deposited into the platform governance. So again, the symbol of this project, in case you guys didn't know, it's called Escrow, will be deposited into the platform governance pool. The investors' voting power in project-related decision-making. Fund blocking increases new milestones. NFT minting. NFTs will be minted to act as a user ID access card for users to access project exclusive features like tiered investor chat or stores or stores contractual data like vesting periods. I always talk about NFTs, like the use of NFTs as, like an access card or a key to get into an ecosystem. So for here, to get project exclusive, I think makes a total sense, and I think is a clever way to use NFT technology. Funding opportunities, staking escrow for set time periods. We're required to participate in seed sales on the platform. Like I said, it makes sense. Like using the idea of, hey, we want you guys to be committed for this by staking, I think is a good idea. Giving weighted purchasing power and eligibility to yield farming payouts. So they want you guys to show that your commitment by staking this escrow. But I think it's good either way, because if you're staking, you're earning something rather than just sitting there. So if you guys want to check out some of the investors and partners, they have a ton. You guys can check it out here. And they've also had a ton of people talk about them. Business Insider, MarketWatch, Bloomberg, CNN Money. I think it's great when projects get this type of exposure. I think it really validates everything that they're doing. So really cool. And again, more learning videos if you guys want to check this out yourselves. While held in escrow, we allocate funds to yield farm payments until payout is required. Obviously, like they mentioned that before, we're saying the project doesn't need all the funds right away. So that's cool. So they also give some reasons why Escrow Protocol. There's no need for any startup to sit on gigantic sums and raise money for months or years while developing their project. Instead, when entire raised capital being paid out, it is released via smart contract in prearranged sums. So the money is still going to come to them, so the project owners will know that it's coming, obviously because of the smart contract. And I think it's good that the money is being used for something rather than just sitting there, right? The idea is that the money that they're getting should be only used in the project. The example I give was like for Kickstarter, if they made something like $1 million and they only really need less than half of that for the project, what are they doing with the other half? I think this is the most fair way to do it. And I think it definitely not only ensures a successful project, because what happens with when you get a huge sum of money, you're trying to spend it all, but if you're getting it during certain increments before milestones or when milestones are completed, I think it makes it so that you're able to have a healthy project through the whole entire development phase. So Escrow Protocol will be 100% DAO and community governed. The funds will be held in escrow, allocated to yield farm protocols and pay 80% to investors. NFT ID badges, like I said, I think this is a good way to, just a good way to think about getting to this ecosystem, getting access, is that it's literally an ID badge. If you think about using ID badge and to get into your workplace or something like that, you have to know who you are, and NFT is a great technology for that. High-end, easy-to-use interface. Obviously, you want to make sure that your interface is easy to use so people will come back and use it for a long time. Community decision-making with investment-related voting power. Obviously, being able to figure out where these projects go and the focus of them, or if they have to make a crucial decision, you having potential say in that. Reputation-based scoring allows utilization of expert opinions within the community. And the white label escrow service integration for existing real-world operations. So really cool. If you guys want to buy this, you can buy this on Binance Smart Chain or on Polygon-Matic. If you guys want more information on this, you can. They have the IDO launch in partnership with Phantom Master December 22nd. So if you guys want to learn more about that, we'll check that out. We'll check out some stuff on the roadmap as well. So Polygon-Matic, deploying the contract for future escrow. That's happening soon. Like I said, in a couple of days. Q4 IDO CX listing, Q4 top 20 CX listing, release of escrow platform with accelerated and launchpad feature, Q4 staking escrow, Q1 first project on launchpad, and then start token burns, and then crowdfunding platform release as well. So I think what's really cool is that they're fully docs. You could check who they are, their background. I mean, obviously a ton of background in crypto, blockchain, but also just overall like marketing, community development, etc., which is really good. And a bunch of great advisors as well if you want to check it out. I always say a project can only really be successful and really get to the next stage if they have great advisors. So I think it's really good that they're getting feedback from on the project and their future from experts. So I think it's great. Again, if you guys want to check out the deck, you guys can. They kind of talk about the opportunity, the crowdfund market, etc. Obviously, they mentioned some crowdfunding that I mentioned: Kickstarter, Indiegogo, GoFundMe. And then they obviously talk about how what's their solution for this. Here's the protocol token, kind of how that works. Early access, which I think is obviously important. So again, one, stake escrow, tier-based investment level, and then take part in pre-sale. And then if you guys want to check out all the platform features, like I said, it's this ecosystem. So you guys want to check out their platform features, smart contract, yield farming, and NFTs process. Like I said, I think the NFTs is a good way to verify who you are and gives you like an access to this whole entire ecosystem. So if you guys want to check the process, you guys can as well. So the process for investors. After registering a new account, the investor visits the project landing page and inspects the detailed project proposal. When he's ready to invest, the investor deposits funds into escrow using escrow token and selects yield farming options. The investor gets regular updates on the project progress and votes to release payments to the creator when milestones are met. Meanwhile, the investor regularly claims APY profits from yield farming protocol. For creators, creator launches a new project listing assets, defining milestones and funding needs. Upon accomplishing each milestone in good faith, funding approved and released to the creator. Like I said, I think this is really important to keep them motivated to get to the next stage. Like I said, you give a creator $1 million, not every creator, but if you give a creator $1 million all at once, how do you keep them motivated? You're giving them along the way to make sure that they complete each milestone. Completion of the final project milestone and approval by the governance pool triggers release of the final payment to the creator. So staking community, investment community, investigation community, and internal DevSecOps. Token allocation team, which we went over today. And again, if you guys want to check out the full white paper, 47 pages, you guys can as well. But again, really interesting project. Their community is constantly growing. There are over 7,000 Telegram members. If you guys want to check out the latest, follow them on Twitter at Escrow Protocol. I'm definitely going to put the link in the description for you guys to figure out. They do have an AMA. Oh, that was actually earlier today. So if you guys missed that, I'm sure they'll do a wrap up for you guys soon. But I think the biggest thing that's happening for them is this, now whitelisting on Phantom Starter until December 2022, which is in 2 days. So if you guys want to check it out on Phantom Starter projects, you could find all the projects there, and you can see Escrow Protocol there as well. Like I said, lottery open, sale starts December 22nd. So if you guys are interested, definitely check that out. But that's Escrow Protocol. I think they have a lot of great ideas. I think they're set up for success. I can't wait to hear about all the projects that get put up on there. I do think it's a great, as an investor, obviously doing our research, not financial advice, I do think it's a good opportunity to learn about new projects, help fundraise these projects, get into new projects, and of course, make some passive income while waiting for them to be completed. So that's Escrow Protocol. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Thanks again for watching. Catch you guys next time.